Hey, everybody. We are back with Chris Woolsey, and it's been a couple months, I believe, but we've got a lot to catch up on. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
I am well. Thank you so much for having me back. This is amazing.
Oh, I'm so excited to chat with you because I know there's a lot going on and we've got a lot to catch up on.
Oh my gosh, there is so much coming in. It is ridiculous. So, yeah, I'm super, super excited.
And you may see this little one pop
Oh my
out.
goodness, that's the cutest.
He's only,
What's her name?
his name is Castor.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Castor. I didn't mean to cast aspersions.
It's totally fine. He is new to all of these podcasts and interviews, so he does not know the etiquette yet of not popping his.
Sure.
So,
Awesome.
all
So
right.
cute.
Well, why don't you fill us in on what we've got today, so we can fill in
Absolutely.
the audience.
So it has been a couple of months, and we've had some great titles come to Crackle. So one of the ones that's the most fun, and it's a little different than anything else. So I will start there. Plus, it is a Crackle original series, and this is our series At Home with Genevieve. So I don't know if you ever watched Trading Spaces,
Oh yeah,
but so the designer on there, Genevieve Gorder.
love Genevieve.
Uh, yeah, so she just got done working with us on a series called At Home with Genevieve. And the easiest way to explain it is it teaches you how to level up your life. So, if you're like me, you watch a lot of those like home improvement shows, you watch cooking shows, you watch, design shows. And I'm like, this is great, but I can't do these. How do I do these things? She basically created a series with us where she teaches you how to take every aspect of your life, whether it's design or fashion or food or fun. And she just takes it, she teaches you easily how to take it to the next level. And it's so cool. So she has all these celebrity friends of hers come on who are all specialists in their different fields and basically shows you how you can do the exact same thing you're watching on these shows in your own life. And we just got done doing a big press tour with her, and I have to tell you, they always say don't meet your heroes because you're gonna be let down. She was unbelievable, like so lovely to work with. Could not have been a harder worker, but also like on interviews, she was just Joanne on the spot, and people would ask the goofiest questions, and she would just light up the screen like a Christmas tree. And she's just fantastic. The show is great, and it's super fun, and it's just full of all these great life hacks. Whether you want to learn how to make the best Korean dumplings, or you want to figure out what kind of plants you need to buy for to transform your apartment into a jungle paradise. It's so cool, and she's as always just so much fun to watch. And At Home with Genevieve, there's 3 episodes, and we're hoping we have some more in the coming down the pipe here shortly. So really fun.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun. Yeah, I always thought that my style was probably more closest to hers
Mm-hmm.
when she would do Trading Spaces. I mean, they would always add some weird element to it, but at the
Yes.
end of the day, she really did have a good style. And
Yep.
I remember seeing something else that she had done. I'm just like, yeah, I like how she just lays things out. It makes sense, right?
Yep.
But this, it just sounds like it's an all around everything type of show. And that just sounds so interesting. So I'm glad she's back.
Yeah, me too.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Because she is a treasure, and it was a pleasure working with her, and I look forward to more to come. So super fun. Yeah, check out At Home. 3 episodes on Crackle as we speak.
Awesome. I will definitely be watching that.
Now, in a completely different but no less exciting genre, we have one coming up on August 22nd that is going to be premiering. It's an AVOD exclusive, so you can only see it for free on Crackle. And this is The Rock's San Andreas. So I don't know if you saw that, but super fun action film. Ridiculous. Like I was watching it going, I wish I was in a drive-in movie right now. So much fun. He plays a search and rescue helicopter pilot who is in the air talking to his ex-wife about their relationship when a 10.0 earthquake hits the San Andreas Fault and tears the city of Los Angeles in half. And he has to find his ex-wife and his daughter, rescue them, and then get them to safety, all in 122 minutes. But it is so fun. It is like disaster after disaster. It's like 6 disaster films rolled into one, which I really appreciated.
Yeah.
I didn't think you could ever fit a earthquake and a tsunami and have a what was it, a cruise liner get thrown into
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
into a building. It was crazy. So much fun. Carla Gugino from Watchmen plays his ex-wife, and she's always phenomenal.
Yeah, I
But
love her.
yeah, it's a great fun. If you're looking for a great free Friday night popcorn flick, San Andreas dropping on August 22nd, that you definitely want to put that one in the books.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a lot of fun. Unless if you're like deathly afraid of earthquakes, which
Yeah,
I mean, come on. You can't control it. It's nature, but it's also like, Michael Bay explosion everywhere. Like, and who doesn't love that?
come on.
It's like we
Yep.
love the big bada booms. So yeah,
Yes, we
it's a lot
do.
of fun
Yep.
for sure.
Absolutely. And I will take an earthquake over a tornado any
Uh-huh.
day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Why I
said,
haven't moved.
why does Los Angeles have earthquakes and Kansas has tornadoes? Because Los Angeles got first pick.
Yeah, right. I think we'd all definitely take that over the tornadoes. Tornadoes scare the crap out of me.
Yeah,
So,
there's nothing you can do.
nope.
But so this was like huge, big budget. On the very other end of the spectrum, we've got another really fun one just dropped about a week ago. And this is the Lost Roger Corman film. So if you know who Roger Corman is, the low budget producer slash director slash
Oh,
writer
mm-hmm.
extraordinaire. He's produced, I think, over 300 movies at this point.
Wow.
And this is his lost film. So this premiered, it's called Virtually Heroes, and it premiered at the 2013 Sundance Film Festival. And then somebody put it on a shelf and it just got forgotten.
Oh,
And last year, our sister brand Screen Media found it and polished it up and gave it a theatrical release. And now it's available for free on Crackle. But it's super fun. So it's about 2 self-aware characters in a Call of Duty style video game.
oh.
So they're basically the 2 guys from Contra, the video game,
Yeah.
and they realize that they're in a video game. And so they have to figure out, like, A, how do we stay alive while, people are dropping napalm and machine gun fire on us? And then B, how do we get out of here so that we can actually live a life? And it's super fun. It's starring Robert Baker from Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Brent Chase from Bosch, which is a great series,
Oh, I love Bosch.
and Katie Savoy from Sequestered, who's lovely. But it also has a large cameo by a young actor you might have heard of named Mark Hamill. So Luke Skywalker plays, it's funny, he actually plays a character very similar to his character in The Last Jedi. So he's sort of this wizened genius or monk who lives out in the middle of the hinterlands in this video game, and they like go consult him on how they can get out of here. But if you like over the top action films, this is about as over the top as you can possibly get. The backstory of it is apparently Roger Corman was looking for a movie to make using all the extra footage of explosions that he has saved over the years, and this was what they came up with. So
Oh
yeah.
God, that sounds like so much fun. I mean, look, you had me at Contra. I was like, this
Come
is
on.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like that could just be like so much fun. Just one of those, action-packed, fun popcorn movies. Like it's going to be over the top, but that's what makes it so amazing.
Totally.
Like I don't think people give those movies enough credit. They just go, "Oh, they're just blowing up stuff." But I'm like, "But that's the genius behind it. Like it's
Oh yeah.
the explosions."
If you can get a great story and blow
Mhm.
things up, come on. I'm
Oh
on
yeah.
board.
Yeah, that's great. Oh yeah, I'm definitely
Totally.
watching that one.
Awesome. We also have, speaking of things blowing up, we have, this one's interesting. It's an alternative history action film. So it's called How I Live Now. It's based on a pretty successful book, and it's starring Tom Holland, obviously from Spider-Man Homecoming, who everyone, including my daughter, adores. Swarzy Ronan from The Lovely Bones, and George McKay, who was one of the two soldiers from 1917.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, and he's great in this. But it's an alternate reality science fiction film. So it's about a young girl who is sent to England to live with family, to kind of get out. She's sort of in a bad scene in America. Her family sends her to England to live with family out there. And while she's there, World War III starts up and England is invaded. And so through the sort of the chaos of that going on, she's separated from her family and needs to fight to find them again. So it's really good, especially if you like. I mean, there aren't a ton of alternative history. Like there's sci-fi and there's history, and there's very few things that are kind of like in between. But this sort of threads that needle where it's kind of real events, and then obviously World War III hasn't happened yet, knock on wood. But yeah, it's really good. So her performance is spectacular. Tom Holland is always eminently watchable. So that one, How I Live Now, is super cute.
I will definitely check that one out too. Yeah, I like war films too, and if you
Mm-hmm.
can kind of blend it in together, then it's definitely something to watch for sure. And yeah,
Totally. I loved Man in the High Castle, which is kind
oh,
of,
that was so good.
wasn't that
It
great?
weirded me out a bit.
It is. It was weird.
Yeah, it's like a what if. And I was like,
Yes.
oh God, like,
Yeah.
ooh, I don't, yeah, it was just, it definitely weirded me out when I was watching it. And I was like, I don't know if I can continue to watch this. I mean, I still obviously did, but yeah, it definitely was
Well,
like,
nobody wants to think about what would have happened if the Germans won World War II. So
yeah,
yeah,
accurate. So,
totally, totally. Also unsettling, we've got a star-studded film, but this is Border Town, and this is starring J-Lo and Antonio Banderas, and it's kind of based on true events. So it's about a journalist who goes down to Juarez, Mexico, to investigate the disappearance of women in Juarez. And while she's down there, she uncovers that it's a much bigger deal. The cartel is involved, local government is involved, and she tries to bring the story to America and also some of the women who are trapped in this situation in Juarez. And it's really intense. It's kind of a fictionalized version of true events. I think it's like loosely based on the experience of a couple of different journalists
mhm,
who obviously that is a real thing in Juarez,
yeah.
the disappearance of women down there and other places in Mexico. But it's intense. Antonio Banderas is great, and J Lo, of course, is always up for the action. So it's a great one.
Oh, that's, I feel like just being a woman, you sometimes worry about those things. And especially when the stories are getting more and more highlighted.
Yes,
Um, it's definitely something that has kept me awake a little. So I'll probably watch that one during the day.
good idea. Good idea.
No nighttime watch on that one, just because I'm like, oh, am I going to be able to sleep? It's like those are the things that scare me more than like horror movies. I
Totally.
can literally watch a horror movie, blood and gore, whatever, sleep like a.
Yep.
But when it's something that could actually like happen, I'm like, nope, okay, yeah. So
Yep.
daytime, give me enough time to kind of let it go through my system, and then we're good to go.
I'm the same way. I remember when I was a young teenager and I was first starting to babysit, and the people who I was babysitting for said, "You can watch TV. Just here's the cable." I turned it on, and oh gosh, what's the name of it? I'm blanking. When a Stranger Calls was on, and that's the one about the girl who's babysitting, and somebody
Oh,
calls and says, "Have you checked the children?" And then the police call and tell her the call is coming from inside the house.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was the movie I watched
Oh,
while I was babysitting.
oh
And it
no.
was just like, oh no, no, I'm never watching TV. I'm never picking up the phone. You can call 100 times. I'm not going to pick it up.
Oh, yeah, that's probably the absolute worst movie
Yes,
you could watch.
absolutely. In a related subject, we have a Ray Liotta. We just lost him, unfortunately. One of my favorite actors of all time. And this is a movie, Ticket Out. And this is Ray Liotta and Alexandra Breckenridge, who is in everything right now. She's in American Horror Story, Walking Dead, This Is Us. She's just amazing. And she plays an abused wife who decides she's going to take her children and get out of this abusive situation. Well, unfortunately, her husband finds out about it, and he pulls some strings and gets the court to refuse to allow her to leave. So she actually has to go on the run with her kids in order to save them and herself. And in the process, gets labeled as a kidnapper. She obviously isn't. And Ray Liotta steps in, who's sort of this mysterious figure, and kind of inserts himself into the situation. And they kind of have to work together in order to get out of this. But the husband and the authorities are coming down hard. I don't want to spill too much of it. It's pretty intense. And because of the subject matter, kind of makes it even more intense, especially when there's like injustice involved and you're like, oh my gosh, I like those things, like just kill me when I'm watching them. And this one is, it's really well done. Ray Liotta is fantastic in it. So
I was a little nervous that you were going to say he was the hitman that was chasing them. I
oh yeah,
the one that's on her side. So
yes, yep,
because that's the thing, like everybody kind of stereotyped him for one particular type of work,
yep.
but he was a really, really good actor. Like his range was just phenomenal when he had the chance to actually do it.
Yeah, you watch was it Something Wild? Was that Wasn't he in that? And like he had amazing comedic timing. And then you look at like Goodfellas, obviously, like dramatic with a capital D, but yeah, I think he was underappreciated as an actor. I think he kind of,
Sure.
just because Goodfellas was such an over the top success for him.
Oh yeah, and I mean, and he did it right. Like he was really good in that.
Yeah,
So it's
absolutely.
like he got the respect he deserved, but at the same time, it was just like kind of stuck in that, oh,
Yeah,
I'm the bad guy. I'm
yeah,
this, and it's like, no, he could do more than that.
he really could.
There are a few actors like that, which it's kind of a bummer that they kind of get typecast or
Yeah,
whatnot. But yeah, he is sorely missed. We
yeah.
actually watched Goodfellas because I haven't watched it in a long time, but I think I'm going to start going through his bodies of work. So
Have you seen Narc?
no, I have not.
Oh my gosh, you have to watch Narc. Joe Carnahan wrote and directed it, who did the A Team.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, I actually went to college with him. I was supposed to be one of the leads in his student film when he was a senior. And for whatever reason, it didn't end up happening. And then the year I moved to Los Angeles, he shot Blood, Guts, Bullets, and Octane in Sacramento with a bunch of people that I went to school with. I'm like, oh, great. I leave and you guys make a movie and don't tell me. And
Like,
yeah,
why didn't you call?
yeah. But when you watch the movie, my friend Dan plays the junkie that gets shot in the very beginning of the film. So watch for that. And when
Oh,
you see that happen, you go, oh, that's Chris's friend Dan.
that is
Um,
hilarious.
but Narc is
Oh, wow.
really, it's great. And Ray Liotta is spectacular. Jason Patrick's great in it. It's a really
Yeah.
good movie.
Okay, I'll definitely watch it. Like again, my list. I tell you every time we talk, I have a very long list and I'm shortly chipping away at it. And then you just add 50 more things that have to be put on it.
Totally. So sticking with our dark theme, we have a German go figure, a German thriller that is it's about a cold case involving a child murder, and it takes place in the present day, but they harken back to a murder that happened 23 years before. And so you keep going like back and forth in between the two cases, and you eventually learn how they're kind of interwoven.
Oh.
And it's really good. It's a little just if as if you couldn't get a subject matter that's more difficult than abused women, child murders is probably top of the list. And so it's not an easy watch, but it's so well done. So if you are looking for a dark police procedural, it's really good. I didn't know anybody in it because I don't know that much about German film, but the performances are through the roof. And this is actually a first-time filmmaker wrote and directed it, and it's pretty exceptional. I don't know that I would watch it a second time. It's not one that I'm going to pop in on a Saturday afternoon, but it's really well done. The more I see German films, the more I like them, even though again I don't know that I'll give a lot of them repeat viewing, but yeah.
Yeah, I would say Germans are not always known for their humor.
Not a
Speaking,
lot of yucks. Not a lot of
no,
yucks with the Germans.
I
Yeah.
mean, I got a lot of family who are German.
Yeah.
Their sense of humor, like they try to make the joke, but it just doesn't. Yeah, so they usually stick to the non-comedic
Sure.
kind of stuff. But yeah, it's definitely not something that I would probably watch on repeat, but I am always down for, especially like true crime stuff, or just crime in general. Like I really like murder mysteries, trying to
Yep.
find out what happened, seeing if my brain goes the same route or if it actually tricks me. So it'll definitely be something I'll watch. But yeah, the kid crime stuff is always, oh, it's always so like I just sit there. I'm like, it's rough, but yeah, if the acting's good and it obviously deserves some praise, so we'll definitely give it the praise it deserves.
For sure. For sure. So.